Hello, my name is Philip Weilert. I am doing an interview about our public schools and school boards. So I'm here interviewing Elizabeth, and she's someone that lives in the community here. And so my first question to you is, what are the responsibilities of our local school board, and how do you think their responsibilities are limited by the state?
They manage the money and they also hire and fire teachers and employees within the school district. I don't think they're really limited by the state because they have to follow what the state says, and I don't think they're limited, but I don't know how they could be limited besides the fact of legal issues and money, but then again, it's not really limited.
Okay. The next question is, how might community pressure affect the relationship between the local school board and the superintendent when the district policies are determined? So essentially, do you ever think that the school board ever feels pressure from the community to make sure that rules are followed and policies are followed and putting new ones in?
Oh yeah, all the time. It's one of those things where you're gonna have a parent that's always gonna be complaining about one certain thing or wanting to change one certain thing, and they're gonna pressure the school board into trying to change it over and over and over again, and it, there's gonna be stipulations to the point where either the school board doesn't think it needs to change, or they're gonna be like, well, can't do anything based on legalities and all of that other stuff.
Do you think it could cause the relationship between the school board and superintendent, though?
Not really, because the superintendent has to really follow what the school board says.
Okay. Do you think the State Department of Education should control the size of a school district?
Yes, because there's some school districts in bigger cities that need to be condensed into smaller ones and or multiple ones. Like Kansas City, for example, has multiple school districts because they're a bigger town. So there's like the Olathe School District, the Blue Valley School District. Like there's multiple different ones, and I think that helps to reduce class sizes and also to help monitor different areas for different things.
Okay. Do you think, just kind of bouncing off that, that school districts should be consolidated, especially small ones? Do you think there's any benefits, or do you think there's any negativity to this?
I don't think you can really consolidate a smaller school district. Like if you're out in Western Kansas, you can't really consolidate that one any more than what it already is, because if you consolidate it even more, then you're not going to really have one.
Okay. What kind of benefits do you think that has, though, if you do consolidate?
I think the only benefits it would have would be for bigger cities, that if you can have more money for the money would be easier spread out amongst the different students and more fairly spread out versus if you had like Olathe School District and Blue Valley School District, if they were to be combined, you couldn't really have this like same amount of money as just two separate ones would have, and then you'd also have to thin out your money and your staff and do all of that just to be able to make ends meet.
All right. What advantages do you think small schools have over large schools?
Small schools, I would say class size, because teachers are able to have more one-on-one with students versus the bigger schools. The bigger schools cannot, they don't have enough time in the day to have one-on-one with 100 plus students versus what a small school can offer. And so it's more beneficial for the student. The student gets more out of it than just let's say just the class and learning about stuff. They can actually go to the teacher and actually ask about personal things or get life lessons versus just school.
Okay. How might legislators actually slow down educational change?
You can't really slow down any more than what they already are. And I don't know, that's a hard question because legislature already doesn't do enough for the schools as it is. So it's one of those things that's you can't slow it down any more than what it is because we don't have enough money, or they want to reduce want to make class sizes bigger, or they don't fully understand what teachers actually go through on a daily basis or what administrators go through on a daily basis. And I think that they really need to open up their eyes and actually see that to be able to better understand it. Um, because until we do that, then it's just going to be at the same pace that we are now, and I don't think we need to go any slower than what we are.
Okay. The last question is describe the role of the federal government in education in recent years, or how you viewed it, anyways.
I want to say that they've been trying to help schools, but at the same time, I don't think they've been very beneficial and or been able to help schools. And I don't think that they fully understand, like I said previously, how or what kids absolutely need nowadays. They need that class time. They need that one-on-one. The kids benefit. It's been proven that kids benefit better with one-on-one versus just being thrown into a sea of like a school of fish. You kind of just get lost in it, and the federal government doesn't understand that, and so they don't really understand why we need one-on-one and smaller class sizes and more money. We need more money for our education. Otherwise, we're not going to go anywhere at all.
Do you have anything else you want to add to any of the other questions that we've talked about?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I really appreciate you doing this interview with me. And hopefully, you have a good rest of your week.